How's it going, everyone? We are here. We are back. And look, we have a full cast. Kay has graced us with her presence.
Yes, I
Yeah!
apologize to everyone watching. My grandmother died.
Nah, you don't have to apologize for that.
I still apologize.
Welcome back. We're happy to have you back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my grandmother died and then my power went out because there was a snow. It's actually, oh my god, it was so funny because I thought that my power was going to go out again today because it snowed today. And it didn't, luckily. Knock on wood.
So I'm not sure if I should say I'm sorry or not because you seem so upbeat, but what you said sounds real sad.
What?
With your
Okay,
grandmother.
I think I got my answer.
Wait, what'd I say? My grandmother thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I'm good now. She, this is gonna sound really bad, but she needed to go in the sense that she wasn't doing well.
It's fair.
She needed to go.
No, I mean,
Twas that time, child.
that's kind of how it is. Some people are just ready, you know?
I just thought it was hilarious. Just, she needed to go. Yeah, she needed to leave. Oh, kitty cat, calm down.
Yeah, kitty cat.
My roommate does, and I watch her on the weekends because my roommate goes to her boyfriend's house on the weekends.
We're watching the dog.
Cat, so that the cat can
No. Yo, these Azamar changes are amazing.
Yeah, so
They are.
did those go
The-
into effect for this game?
The only one that sucks is the bonus damage, but that's the only thing that
Yeah, because
got
like
nerfed.
your healing is like, oh, instead of 1 per level, it's 1d4
It's a
per thing,
it's a pool of d4s equal to your proficiency.
which I will happily take.
Which one is this?
And then radiant consumption doesn't hurt you anymore. I will absolutely take that. That is
I
like
thought that was so cool, though. It's like, I'm taking 1 point of damage, but you're taking 50.
you could just transform it. Well, yeah. Oh, and your necrotic
And-
shroud doesn't scare your allies too.
And that's also really good if you're like a barbarian, too. Your rage just never ends because you take 1 point of damage.
I like that Goliaths basically are better barbarians now, because their stone's endurance is equal to their proficiency modifier, and so it's just like,
No, you get it a number of times equal to your proficiency,
yeah,
right?
that's what I mean. It's a number of times equal to your proficiency modifier. So now instead of a once per long rest, it is you just keep doing it.
Where is, which one, which book
Oh,
was it?
baby, look at
It's
Bugbear on top of stealth proficiency. You can
Yeah,
now move through and
bugbears.
stop.
Bugbears, our friendship is magic now. Enjoy.
And you can
Mhm.
stop in a space large enough to fit a small creature without squeezing as a bugbear. Oh, it's so good.
It's the new Xanathar's book, babe. That's not available unless you pay for books you already have.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I found the subreddit where they put all of the race changes on it, so I'm like, I'm gonna just.
Well,
Go
give me
ahead,
that.
go ahead and
Give
link
me
that because I need to update. Assuming that we're allowed to update Jordan and Lorian,
There you go.
because Shane hasn't answered me yet.
I will allow it if you explain why you need it through the medium of interpretive dance.
I'm a genie in a bottle, baby.
That was interpretive singing.
There you go.
Hey, you can't see the rest of my body. I had to explain it in words.
Yeah, so done.
Yeah, I'm not sure the message came across.
Well, that's not my problem.
Well, I can't move my camera, so
That just means yeah.
Fury
I'm
of the
kidding,
Small
I'll
got-
allow it.
Fury of the Small got buffed and nerfed. I like it. Your damage is only your proficiency, but now you can use it as many times as your proficiency per long rest. Instead of like once a day, I just do extra damage. can't use them all in the same turn, but you can use one every turn until you run out. Stone's Endurance can now be used proficiency bonus times per long rest for Goliath.
Yep, that was what I was saying. So just do that and Barbarian.
Hey, Shane, what was the magic shop we went to where we got
Frost, where's
Frost
the slave?
fancy
Oh, there
his
it is.
fancy armor?
Fancy armor.
His what is it? What kind of armor did you get? It's like always clean, right?
That's
The glamour
glimmering
studded
scale
leather.
mail. Oh yeah, glamour studded leather. That's
So I
the
can
one.
always make it look like something else.
Fuck. What did I call that shop?
Whoa, the Hobgoblin stuff is so
It
good.
was one of the Primarchs.
Because Magic Store might be can get more money out of that dragon stuff because they can sell their items for more because they're longer lasting. At least that's what Jordan thinks.
Did you guys fight a dragon?
No.
Oh.
We fought a Chimera and skinned the dragon head. So I'm gonna change my size to small. So enjoy, Jordan.
Haha, you're married to an Azamar halfling now.
Tiny hands.
I
We're
like
not
'cause-
married yet, guys.
Okay,
That's gonna be a
engaged.
big affair, okay?
'Cause I've always hated how you read the Azamar when they were like, yeah, it's anything and then a half celestial. It's like, so it could be like an elf or a gnome or an orc. And you're like, yeah, it's like, how come it's only human in game?
Because they're very reductive. Alright, so Celestial Revelation gets all three. And be done as a bonus action. Healing Hands has been changed from a level to a number of D4s equal to my proficiency. Okay. We are ready to start, my dude, so whenever you're good to go.
All right.
Crap today.
I feel you. Well, that was a productive half. Let's go on break. I'm kidding. Last time on Winter's Gate, we didn't really do much. You guys killed a Chimera and came back to town and basically spent an hour haggling. And yeah, now we're back in town. I believe Guzrock's opening night is coming up at some point, plus that main plot that I've been ignoring for the last several weeks. Much like the Final Fantasy MSQ.
Mm-hmm.
Now, last time I checked, we went to Mortarian's Mushrooms. And from there, Guzrock went to a church to speak to Battle Mother Magdalene. And more or less got permission to raise something silly, but it was a very hesitant permission. And why are you rolling there, young man?
I was testing my healing hands.
Okay. But yeah, that's where we left off. So, what is the plan for the adventure, friends?
Opening night.
Yeah, basically opening night, and then I have the thing to do.
I'm gonna go get another estimate from somewhere else about that dragon head, and only the dragon head. The magic store that we got Frost's stuff from. I don't remember what it was called.
Yeah, I can't remember which one I called it. Let's just say Gilliman's Goods. That's a nice general one. How much time do you want to put into trying to get a better price for this thing?
One that is actually reasonable for a dragon head or for dragon parts.
We will spend half an hour haggling.
Yeah, give me an investigation roll.
I'm willing
Mine
to put in a
is-
solid 20 minutes on this.
Just can I take 20? We're bringing back the old
Can I
rules.
guide
Let's
myself?
go.
It's not going to matter even if I roll a 4 on that d4. 10.
Bam.
Yeah, Jordan kind of walks around the block once and then goes back into Gilliman's goods, and he tells her that, yeah, that's not my wheelhouse. 150 gold from Mortarion is probably a pretty good price. Eldruic, on the other hand, you travel further than a single block, and you're able to stumble into Alfari's and Omegon's apples and oranges. You walk in there, and it's a real strange decor. There's just doodads and trinkets on shelves and stuff like that, and you get a surreal feeling. And then you cast a gaze to one of the people stocking a shelf, and he's a large, bald man. He gives you a curt nod. And then you cast a gaze to the bloke behind the counter, and it is a similarly tall and bold man. These two people look exactly the same.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me.
Egads, they're cloning.
They both sort of chuckle, and one of them walks into the back room. The other one's stocking shelves, while the bloke behind the counter just kind of puts down whatever he's doing and very plainly says, hello there. How can I help?
Yes, hi. Actually, this is... And he's, like, kind of looking around to take stock of what's in the shop. I was given a rather, I'd say, lowballed estimate for a potentially worthwhile item, and I was hoping to find a place I could get a better deal with.
And just what is this item? How will this interest Alfarius?
It is the head of a dragon.
Fascinating indeed. How large is it?
And then he like holds his arms out for how far it went from like the neck up to the tip of the head. Yeah, somewhere roughly that big altogether, counting the neck.
Yeah, he extends his hand and pauses. May I?
Absolutely. Let me go get who has it real quick. And he immediately like 180s out and he's looking for Jordan.
Yeah, she's not that hard to find. She didn't really put much effort into exploring. She's on the same street where you left her.
And just in your mind, Jordan, hey, over here by this shop. You see Aldrich like waving you down.
She would gracefully turn around and follow.
When they get in, he'll look to her. He would like to inspect the dragon's head. Might have a potential buyer.
Oh, okay. And she'll pull out just the dragon head.
When you guys return, the person behind the counter like looks at you and gives you a curt nod and says, hello. How can I help you?
I'm looking to get a better price for this head than what the alchemist wanted for it.
Yes. I recall Alfarius saying something about that. I'll go get him. And then he disappears into the back room, and someone that looks exactly the same returns. Ah, welcome back. Yes.
Didn't
May I see?
Didn't you just leave?
Oh no, there's two of them.
Interesting.
I assume twins, but clones is not outside the wheelhouse of magic nowadays.
Very true.
Yeah, he takes the dragon head from you and spends a moment admiring it and just studying it, looking it over. And from behind you, you hear the bell on the door chime, and someone that looks exactly the same as the person behind the counter walks in, gives them a nod.
There's three of them.
Alfarius. And then he puts on an apron and goes to work in the back room.
But they have the same name. It's clones, I knew it! I'm going to write this down in the I was right today book.
I was right today?
Was right.
Give me a very difficult investigation, perception roll.
Perception?
Yeah, sure.
Perceptigation.
Can I use guidance on myself?
No.
My perception's good, but my rolls are not. Natural 1.
Nice. Okay, yeah, you don't notice it.
I am focused on the business that's
Yeah.
going to fail at hand.
The man behind the counter, gets a bit intrusive with this dragon head and kind of, worms his hand up through the neck and kind of puppets it a little bit. This beast was created. This is not a natural dragon. Have you played with this?
Just enough to cut off its head.
I'm a professional.
He kind of, puppets the mouth. I am Alfarius! And then he chuckles to himself, because it's a really stupid joke.
It looks very similar. Very similar.
Fun things can be done with the heads from a chimera. At least that's where I assume you got it. The alchemical creation is different, but it stands out. Would you like to see?
Not particularly.
I meant, would you like to see what it does?
You did. You just stuck your hand up its neck, and I am Alfarius.
That was merely play. It can be used for something much more fun.
Okay, now I'm intrigued.
Yeah, he kind of, beckons with the dragon head and kind of suggests that you should follow. And he goes into the back room. And, yeah, as you go, you notice there's not just 3 of these guys that look exactly the same. There's more like 4 or 5.
Oh,
They're all doing individual things.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, so many.
2 of them look at you and they all say, I am Alfarius!
Now, whatever you plan on doing is not going to destroy the head?
No, not at all. And through the back room, he leads you through out the back door, and there's a dingy alleyway that's relatively unpopulated, and when he gets to a nice wide open space out of the way of any eyesight from the streets, he opens the maw of the dragon and conjures fire, and then hurls it, and it explodes violently as he casts Fireball with the head.
Like, he cast it through the head, or the
Yes.
head casted it?
He utilized the head to cast Fireball.
So he used his own magic to do that.
No.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah, sorry. But, yeah, the boom goes off. It looks like a fairly standard fireball, and then he walks over and kind of pats down any lingering flames as he doesn't want to set the town on fire. Pretty sweet, is it not?
How often can it do that?
Not often, I'm afraid. You might be able to get it back in its power once per day.
Oh, so you just spent it.
True, but a
Yes,
scroll of
phantom
fire.
voice in my head.
True, but a potion of fire breathing would only last one use too, and then it's over. This you could just keep reusing it.
Of course, you might want to get some salt on it or something so it doesn't rot, but yes.
Just gentle repose it every single day.
Yeah,
That
that's
is an idea. That's a ritual spell, right?
I think
Yep.
so.
You know what?
He
Sorry, what?
he takes his hand out of the creature's neck and shakes off any excess gore.
Now,
and
do
hands
I
the
have to
head back.
stick? Do I have to stick my hand inside of it to utilize its magic?
Wouldn't be the first time.
I mean, no, but I'd like to know what I'm up against.
The inside of it, I'd imagine.
That might not be necessary. It's all within the attunement process, how you learn to utilize the beast.
I think this head just became a lot more valuable than what we could ever sell it for.
Oh, certainly. I know wizards especially will pay quite high for just to have the script for Fireball for their spell books. I can't imagine what someone would pay for a constant Fireball.
Until it rots away.
Look, Gentle Repose is an easy spell to cast.
And I only have to cast it like what, once every couple of days?
I think it's like
Once every 11 days.
yeah,
I
11
think.
days.
Once a week. That's fine. I can do that.
Excuse me a moment.
It makes for a great weapon too. Think about it. Or a mantelpiece. You could hang it somewhere and then take it with you, and everyone will think you're carrying a strange head till it belches fire at them.
I mean, can you imagine if I just fly up into the air and just drop a fireball on something like those mushrooms that we fought?
Would have been a lot less pain than being surrounded and constantly beaten by them, that's for sure.
You're telling me.
I think you and Gazrock would have definitely appreciated not, being assaulted by a...
I didn't get hit by the little ones. Not once.
Well, yes, but it was damage by proxy.
By choice.
It was a choice.
Who's talking? It's just...
By choice. I'm always here. Always
I
listening.
do
Voice
like,
on the wind.
I do like that this merchant's just like
Here, let me show you how
yeah,
it does this extra cool thing. Now I don't want to sell it to you.
Basically,
10,000 gold. You can have it. Have a nice day. We could buy a house with this. Quick, bust out the Strongholds book.
I'd have to steal it. Wait, what book?
I have it. The Strongholds book. It's basically for building buildings.
Oh,
Each class gets like their own like specific building that you can upgrade, and it gives you unique abilities and stuff when you're there.
Okay, I tried looking in your mirror, leaning over to look in your mirror in the camera, expecting to see my reflection.
oh. I thank you for showing me how this work. I think, I think we have an opening night to get to.
Oh, how delightful. If you do want to part ways with that beast, do return. I feel I'd be able to give you a better price than that crumbly old Mortarian.
Jordan's greedy. What's the ballpark if we were to come back?
200 gold.
Not bad. I'll keep that in mind. I want to give it a little bit of a test run.
Of course. He hands back the head and gives you a curt nod, and then beckons, kind of gestures towards
Do the
door
other
you
heads
guys
do
came out
something
of.
cool?
I believe they
Hypothetically?
would. If they're anything like most Chimera pieces, then yes. But you'll have to attune to them individually.
Gotcha. Thank you for showing us these things.
Quite appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Sorry.
And as we're walking away, I want to lean over to Aldrich. Do you have Identify, don't you?
Yes, I believe so.
Maybe we can see what the other heads do
Oh, yeah.
when we have time.
Well, if you didn't mind parting with them for a little bit, I know it takes about an hour, but I could, or some time, but I could do that.
I believe 10 minutes, isn't it?
Oh wow, it's only 1 minute now. Dang, when did they change that? Yeah, it used to be 10.
Well, it's 1 minute if you use a
that's
spell
right. Yeah, if you
slot,
use the spell slot. You need
but
about half an
ritually it's
hour.
10.
I could tell you what everything else does.
I'll give him the other two heads to see what they do.
Yeah, are you sitting down to do that now?
Sure.
I told Guzrak I would help him, so I'm gonna leave Aldrich to whatever he's doing.
Yeah, I will go back to where I'm staying to do this more in, privacy.
Yes, the alley. I'm kidding.
You live in the alley?
No, I live in a box in the alley.
Ah, okay.
Homelessness is a real problem in this town, and I'm part of that problem.
Sitting down to play around with these heads, you discover they can be kind of cool.
It's kind.
Everybody went quiet. What happened?
Oh, I seen that Shane was typing something. I was just waiting in anticipation.
Anticipation.
Patience.
Made a comment, but that's it. You guys like my eyes?
Heck
So
yeah.
cool. Wow. Yeah, perfect. They're scary. Truly terrifying.
There you go.
I was trying to find one that was my one. I can't find it though. That's just completely white.
Because of the
Let's see.
because of the makeup around the corner of your eye, because it's so heavy, it almost looks like you have black sclera.
So the
Yeah,
other
it
two
is.
heads
But
crumbled. Sorry, question. So the other two heads crumbled to dust after one use, but the other one is
Yes.
reusable. Okay.
The dragon head's the most powerful of the trio. Alrighty. Moving on from there. Why don't we see to Envy? Envy's been off on her own adventures for a while. What have you been up to, Envy?
What have I been up to?
I don't know.
I guess, could I just have been getting to know people in the town? I was just like, I don't feel like going on any adventures, so I'm just gonna stay here.
Yeah, I'll allow that. Now, just let me find some notes and make up some names.
Cool.
Roll me just a straight D20.
13.
Delightful. One person you become intimately familiar with
Intimately.
is, yeah, probably the wrong choice of word.
Or is
Is the guard captain Elidibus Rogan, a large half-orc that is usually clad in heavy armor and wields a large axe. He has had the displeasure of escorting you to the jail one night. Now, just why? What were you doing that got you locked up?
I was trying to collect funds for the cult of Rakdos and going up to doors. I forget what that's called, but
Disturbing the
So-
peace or, like, soliciting?
Soliciting.
yeah, but I also knew that soliciting was like prostitution sometimes too. I wasn't doing that.
They probably got the two things confused, so
I was
this
going
large,
up to doors
gruff
and being like,
half-orc escorted you to a jail one night.
yes, yes. I was like, would you want to donate to our Lord and Savior, Rakdos? I will do that flip.
In there, you got to meet a woman named Kuru, who has seemingly is mostly given up on life because she no longer has hands.
Oh! No hands, girl.
It's a shame. Oh man.
Yeah,
I think
they
the first
cannot
thing I
cast
say
Fireball if you disable
eventually-
her hands.
Is, look, guards, no hands! And I'd hold up her little nubs.
Yeah,
But
she
that was
scowls
after
at
we
you
were
and probably
friends.
tries to elbow you in the face.
Hey, That was
Look,
fun.
my nubs.
Well, if she has given up on life, I would want to try and give her more purpose by introducing her to Rakdos and the joys of Rakdos. And how even if you have no hand, you can still cause chaos.
Give me a persuasion roll, please.
Don't ruin my plans.
21.
She doesn't know what your plans are.
I have no clue what your plans are.
Oh, I've only been talking about it.
She hasn't been here.
They haven't been here
It's
for.
true.
and don't metagame their roleplay.
We lost them before the VAR.
Yeah. For the first couple of hours, she kind of just lays there. She doesn't, like, shoo you off or anything, so she just listens, but she lets you talk about Rakdos in depth and doesn't stop you. And eventually she sits up and actually converses a little bit, asking a few questions like, why do you worship Rakdos if he's not a god?
You can worship things that aren't gods.
What is the expected return of such worship? Worship, rather.
Just literally anything. That's the cool thing. He's literally like, as long as you are like doing what you want without worrying about the repercussions, then you're creating chaos, which is what he wants. And that's the way life should be led, is doing what you want. That's long story short. I could go in depth even more, but that's it. Really.
Huh. You're a strange one.
How? How am I strange?
Never mind me.
I
At least
do
you
want
were
to mind
humoring me for this time. And
you.
eventually, guards do come to get you and let you out. There's
So, all right, well, I'll see you soon. I'll see you whenever you want to get your branding, your Rakdos branding. We'll have to find Pride for that, but that's all right.
She kind of just nods and goes back to sleep, or rather, goes back to her corner and rolls over.
Bye, Queen. But I wave like this.
Oh my god.
Rude.
I love it.
Hey, no, I was trying to be inclusive.
What's her name again?
Kuru. K-U-R-U.
Nubs out for Kuru.
Comes out.
Yeah, then I get let out. What was the name of the guard?
Guard Captain Elidibus Rogan.
How do you spell that?
I'll copy that for you.
Okay. Rogan. I know how to spell Rogan.
Are you sure?
I spelled it the way I can pronounce it. Which is how Envy would spell it.
God dang it. I'm like, wait a minute, I thought I heard that name right. Yep.
It's definitely how I spelled it. Wink.
But yeah, I was probably wandering around, doing some street performances, making some moolah, because I feel like it, but also trying to spread the word of Rakdos through these performances. So I'll be like, if you want to do cool shit like me, look into worshipping Rakdos.
Hey kids, want to be cool and do drugs? Worship Rakdos.
Mm-hmm. Or you don't have to if you don't want to. That's the cool thing about Rakdos.
Yeah. Give me another performance or persuasion check, whichever you'd rather.
Oh, performance.
Yeah, not bad. You managed to convince someone named... God, I suck at names.
Seth.
Sassafras Bumblebee.
Bumblefrass Sassabee.
Ellen
DeGeneres.
Telg.
I
I don't know.
held back.
There you go. You managed to turn Ellen Telg to the side of Rakdos. She, for the most part, is just a baker, or a baker's wife. One of the two.
Into the wood.
Probably
I'm
a bit of
gonna bake
both.
so much shit into my bread now.
I don't want your bread.
However, I let her know that once we find Pride, I will make her an official member. An official. That will be her ultimate act of showing her loyalty.
Yeah, she is keen. The next day,
Right now, you're just an honorary worshiper.
the next day she tracks you down and gives you a scroll, like a pastry scroll, that has the symbol of Rakdos kind of sketched out on top of it.
Yes. So now remember, try and cause as much chaos as you can, but keep it within the realm of legality so that you can continue doing it. Does that make sense?
She kind of shrugs and says no, but
If
it
you go
seems
to
like she's gonna
jail,
try anyway.
if you go to jail, then you can't. You're just there. You have guards, you have people watching you. You can't, do crazy shit only to the guards. But no one else will see it because you're locked up. The only way that you can make it known that you are creating this disruption is by being out in the world. So, if you get arrested, that's not good. I got arrested last night, but I was let out in a day. So, those are fine. But don't do things that'll keep you away for a long, long time. That's not good. If you have to, get a permit.
And burn that permit.
Post up and lean under no loitering signs.
Stand on the don't stand on grass signs.
Ooh, yeah.
Hey, that's the start. I've been a worshiper for a long time. I know the ways around. You
Yeah,
can maybe
I like.
upcharge someone for a pastry.
My prices are different every minute.
Oh, you have a pretty face. Okay, this is your price. Oh, now you are going to pay a different... But she just paid... no, it doesn't matter. These are the prices.
You missed the 4:02 o'clock price. Sorry.
How much are these rolls? Depends on how much of an asshole I am right now. How much
Today.
of a 50 gold each?
Today, all savory items are being charged out at gold coins, not copper, whereas all sweet items are being charged out as for free.
Rakdos is in league with the evil Leviabetus.
Yeah, very good. It's in the course of your street performance and all that fun jazz, you probably get sight of one or all of the party members just wandering around, doing their own thing, going on their shopping trip. Do you make your presence known to them?
I mean, if they didn't notice me, my presence would probably be known because I'm trying to get people to watch me.
Yeah, that's a fair call. I'll say Guzrock is probably the first one to notice you on his way back to the restaurant.
So,
How are you? Did you have a nice adventure?
yes.
That's good. Did you see anything interesting?
Yes.
I was in jail.
That is an adventure, yes.
But I got out. I converted someone to Rakdos. 2 people, actually. 3! Wait. No. 2. 2 people.
That's so.
They're not officially. Like, they haven't done the initiation shit, but. You know. I'm not qualified to do that.
Gotcha. Well, it's good to see you again, I think. I've been
You
very
think?
busy. I think. I don't know.
What do you
I've
mean?
known you for a couple of days and you disappeared. I thought you were dead. I thought fairies ate you.
Were you concerned at all?
Should I be?
If you thought I was dead,
I should be concerned.
were you
if
like, where's Envy? I hope Envy's okay.
Look. I searched for as long as I could, and then a chimera attacked.
All
Okay.
2 minutes.
We waited several days.
We did.
Alright. I suppose I'll let you off the hook this time.
Good, I'll let you off the hook for disappearing. What do you think?
I can do whatever I want.
So can I,
Master.
including
But-
not searching for you, but I did anyway. You're
I
welcome.
would have been concerned
I guess
about
you owe
you.
me.
I do not owe you shit.
Well, you just said that you could do anything, I could do anything too. And I can choose not to search for you, but I did. I guess that means that's
are
a
you-
good thing.
Are you a worshiper of Rakdos?
I am
A follower.
worshipper of.
If you're not a worshiper or
A way
follower
of
of
life.
Rakdos, then you can't do anything you want. You have to follow the confines of whatever freaking god or something, whatever you worship.
You're talking to a demon.
Mhm. Ah, yes.
Speak
of
of that
God.
heresy.
Of course, that makes sense. A god. You know I'm Demonborn, right?
I actually didn't know that, and that's hella cool.
It's Abyssa cool.
Do you know Rakdos?
Do I know Rakdos?
Have you met him before?
Do I know Rakdos? Have I met Rakdos before?
Roll a D100 and roll like a 100, basically.
72 is pretty high still.
You've heard of him in passing, and you know that at points in history you may have shared, like, not bed,
Battlefield.
yeah, you may have shared a field with him.
Hmm.
Though
met the
never,
guy-
it always came as like an afterfact or afterthought. That, after a battle you hear that, apparently Rakdos was amongst the, other faction, or, hey, apparently Rakdos was in town the other week. You never heard
Steal.
that he was there at the same time.
Never met him personally, but I have crushed some of his minions beneath my hooves during during bloody battles before.
Technically it wouldn't have been his minions. He probably just took part for fun, as a personal, like, you
That
know.
were technically
I'm
not
bored to
his
know.
minions before.
Less cool. I've seen him with my own 2 eyes.
Oh. What's he look
Mhm.
like?
A demon.
Does he have any other names?
I list the other names.
Does he have any?
The Lord of Riots.
Does he have any names that it doesn't want you to know.
Steve.
Not that I know of.
That's right, because he doesn't want you to know.
Oh, Rakdos is as big as a dragon with arms and legs muscled in proportion like a gigantic wrestler. 2 sets of horns, one arching upward, outward, and backward like a steer's, the other arching down and curving up like those of a humongous ram. Burning yellow eyes, razor teeth, locked together in a rictus grin. A beard of bone spurs emerging from a wide jaw, bat wings, cloven hooves, blood-red hide clothed in chains and skulls, and his brow a wreath of flame. He's also known as the Defiler, the Enslaver, the Demon God, and, in more obscure histories, the Rat King.
Oh, that's actually kind of neat.
And be saying this while looking at her hands because she has it all written down.
No, I
Have it
want
all
to
written down.
imagine she goes completely like T-posed and just recites it the same way Kate did. Just verbatim.
I just know it by heart.
What happened? Rakdos possessed me to let you know about him.
Some
That's
of
his
it-
body.
some
That's
of it
just what
may be
happens.
true.
And is known for his capricious cruelty and megalomania.
Oh, that
Older
sounds
than the
like...
Guild Pact himself, Rakdos is an ancient and powerful and evil demon who personifies the chaotic fury of red mana and the death and defilement of black.
Sounds like someone else I used to know.
That you used to know.
He is also a consummate entertainer whose mere appearance is an act of grisly performance art. A monstrous figure standing 30 feet tall, spreading enormous wings, crowned with fire and swinging a flaming scythe. Rakdos demands the spotlights. His
I've
every
seen bigger.
entrance is a showstopper. Rakdos' armor resembles the signet of the Rakdos Guild.
I have no idea what that looks like.
Sometimes, after his grand entrance, Rakdos crouches to witness the performances of those who adore him. That's me!
This is
Me!
this is why she got arrested for soliciting.
I guess he has
Yeah,
to
pretty
crouch
much.
if he has to see you.
Why doesn't Envy have more followers? They read from the God Wiki, and it's real. Just you can't verify those sources unless you're a
True that.
demigod.
is the only one that matters. Oh, to me, his opinion is the only one that matters. But he is a demanding spectator. He has seen thousands of years of circus tricks and has no patience for performers who don't give it their all. His flaming sword has brought more than one tepid show to a sudden and spectacular close.
Give me a
Jaded as
bad
he
one.
is, Rakdos attends his cult performances only rarely, which he's attended our circus 1.5 times. He often retreats in his lair below Rick's Mahdi for months or years at a time, but his followers know that he might emerge at any time to witness the latest spectacle. Getting him to show approval of performance or even actual interest is regarded as the ultimate test of cultists of Rakdos, which I have done.
Congratulations. I think.
Yes, that means I'm great.
Mm. Well, I've got a restaurant to run. Are you going?
Oh,
What?
I will come with you.
Sure. If you're willing to work.
I mean, sure.
Cool. Alright, let's see what you can do. I have to make this go perfectly. If it goes well, I get to bribe someone with hands.
You get- To bribe someone with hands?
Yes.
What does that mean?
It means I get to bribe someone with hands in exchange
Who?
for potential enchanted stove. Can you imagine the possibilities of an enchanted stove?
Yes, I can. They're endless.
Indeed.
Well, I will make sure it goes great and that Rakdos himself appears.
Hmm.
I will try.
As long as long as this goes phenomenally well.
Sounds
Also-
good.
Also, I require reservations. I already got most of them, so make sure Rakdos sends his in.
I will. He kind of just appears when he wants to.
Well, have him send a reservation in right before he appears.
All right. You'll have to have whoever is watching the door tell him that.
Okay.
Mhm.
Would you like to watch
Let's
the
go.
door?
Oh, sure. I was gonna say I could perform, but I can watch the door, I guess.
Can you do both?
No,
Why not? I thought you could
because
do
I will
anything
be
you
watching
wanted.
the door.
But I thought you could do anything you wanted.
I can do anything I wanted. I don't want to do both unless you're paying me double.
That's a fair point. But can you do both?
It depends. Are you paying me double?
Well, how do I know you can pull it off?
If you watch what I'm doing.
How about I can't watch what you're doing? I have to be cooking.
Oh, you can't do both?
I can absolutely do both.
Then do both.
How about this? I pay you 1.5 times. That way it's in the middle.
1.5 times, and then after you get good reviews about me, you give me the other 0.5.
I take out a gold and 5 silver and I hand it to them. Done.
Yay! Can I actually have another gold? Because I don't have mine at an even number right now.
I'll trade you. I will trade you 10 silver for it.
This is how you get arrested for soliciting too.
I give you 10 silver.
All right. You know what? Instead, go ahead and hand me. Here, take the silver. Hand me 20 copper, would you?
I do not have 20 copper.
How
I
much
hold
copper
out
do you
3.
have? 3 copper. Here, take this. Take this silver. Hand me 3 copper and 1 gold.
No, because that will make it not an even number again.
Don't worry. I'll give you another gold in exchange for 20 more silver.
I don't have 20. I give you all the silver I have.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Never mind then.
All right. Then I put the 3 copper back in my pocket. Let's go! Before we get arrested.
Alright. I got set up.
Accounting with Envy coming this fall. I also love that, knowing that there's going to be 2 people of divine faith there, inviting a demon to the opening night.
Technically didn't invite him. I just said he can show up at any time. That's like any other time in the world.
It's gonna be a really great Wellington night.
I mean, if Rakdos causes trouble in my restaurant, he's getting kicked out. But if he behaves himself, then you know
Alright,
what?
drafting up a CR 27 Demon Lord.
Because Rakdos shows up and like, oh, clerics! It's like, that! There are
Want to
rules.
paladin.
Not only clerics, but celestials.
It's like a fight about to start, and Guzrock just points to the sign, no fight.
No fighting.
Don't make me
I-
tap the sign again.
You can leave if you won't obey the rules. I heard the Wellingtons were great. Fine.
All right. We're done with our accounting lesson.
Fantastic. Yeah, Guzrock and Envy go off to solicit or something. I'm kidding. They go off to
Hit up.
start pairing and all that fun jazz. Lorien,
Mhm.
what have you been up to? Everyone else is going on fun adventures.
I am going to go to House Riker.
Yeah, sure. I wasn't aware House Riker was in Skarn.
It is now.
Okay, adding that to my notes.
The temple, Jordan's temple is here, so why wouldn't it be?
Yeah, Jordan's family is also, I'm assuming, in this town because I don't know what the next biggest town is.
Yeah, that's basically why I was assuming. I figured this was the bastion of civilization.
No, there's cities that I just haven't named or anything like that. But
Well, since this is the only city we know, this is where both of our families are from.
Yep.
Mhm.
we've
this
only
is the
been
realm
here.
of Relgast. There are. Let's see, where the fuck did I put?
How big is this population center?
It's like 1,000 people.
So a small town.
Yeah, for like fantasy settings, it's kind of big, I suppose. But yeah, it's
Wow.
somewhere between like being actually an actual city and being a town.
How feasibly far away is the next major city then?
Let's see. I can't remember where I put all my fun stuff.
If it's too far, then
someone is
yes,
robbing
the
your car
family-
outside.
If it's too far, then the family is here.
Let's see. The realm is split up into two major factions. The sovereignty of Sladonius. They are in the south, so they are very far away. That is ruled by Julius Valdemar Ignatius II. And I still haven't named the Northern Realm, so
Yeah, sounds like we're here because we established that Jordan's temple is here, so the Temple of the Moon is also here.
sounds good to me.
Yeah, so she is going to go to House Riker.
Yeah, who populates House Riker?
Well, I went ahead and filled in a handy dandy NPC thing while that was all happening. So I have defined who both of Lorien's parents are and my 3 retainers that I never bothered to decide on. So now I have them.
Ooh, very nice.
Yep. Take a moment, familiarize yourself, learn the pronunciations for all the wonderful names I made.
I'm fucking sure as shit not doing that. I'm gonna call just name them horribly wrong.
Yep.
Squeakle and Belvedere, that's their names.
Yeah, Mr. Belvedere, my retainer butler.
I see where you put it. Very nice.
Squeakle the chef, very old family.
I also like Allison and her twin sister, Allison.
With their cousin Allison.
Listen, it's good for Vezrock. He doesn't mind at all.
He likes a good Allison.
Allison and Allison.
And Lorien's mother.
Mhm.
Mother, and father.
Ah, yes, I see.
Where did you put these names? Because Jordan would also know these names.
They're in the NPC list.
Where is that?
Under NPCs, under House Riker.
Oh, okay. It's actually on Roll20.
Yeah, it's actually on Roll20.
Lorien is an only child?
Lorien is an only child.
Alright.
Also, you're welcome. I added a second house through proxy of her mother, so enjoy making up history and information for them too.
Yeah, thanks. How do you treat this house? Do you knock, or do you just walk in and say, "Bitches, I'm home"?
Well, she doesn't need to knock. So Lorian would arrive, and she would probably she'd be on foot because I haven't established that she has a horse yet. Because she didn't take
That you
out a
summoned a
horse. She didn't take out a horse on the way out. She probably just arrives like it's a normal occurrence. Sets her shit down and is just like, who's home? And we'll probably go to see who's around.
You were first met by Saramir Rosary. No, there's an extra letter there that's for Saren, or Rokaran. Yeah, you first met by Saramir.
You're welcome.
And
Saramir?
yeah. She's probably going about her daily business. She is carrying an armful of stuff. Just practice swords that may have been used in the day's events and stuff like that. And she pauses and kind of lights up a little bit. And Lady Vraka. How are you this fine day?
Saramir, you're looking well and entertained. I'm doing fine. Back from the field.
You should have. God, words escape me. You should have sent word ahead. We'd have prepared a feast for you.
Oh, that's quite all right. I'm apparently going to another feast tonight. Is our mother's home?
I believe Wenlia was around somewhere. Let me find her for you. I won't be but a minute. She puts down the thing she was carrying and runs off upstairs. Presumably your house is rich enough to have a second floor.
Yes, very likely.
I mean, two families can't war for generations without being rich, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys like a Romeo and Juliet thing?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you
Hey,
missed it.
I did.
Yeah, it's gonna get
True to her word, she's not long at all. A minute, barely even a minute later, a door opens upstairs and Saramir holds it open for Gwenlia, who steps forth and gazes down upon you from the second floor. My dear daughter has returned. Come, embrace me, she says as she walks down the stairs, arms held out wide.
Lorian will uncharacteristically show a great deal of affection in giving her mother a hug. So I have news. Interesting news you may want to sit down for, and Lorian would be fiddling with the ring on her hand.
Oh, how delightful. That reminds me, however, we received a letter for you from your dear Quier. But that can wait. What news?
First things first, you're invited to dinner tonight. There is a new restaurant that is opening up within the city that one of my traveling companions has worked very diligently in establishing. They have a very eccentric menu, but I can assure you it is quite delicious. I took the liberty of making reservations for us already. And the reason for the reservations is to inform the two of you, when Mother is around as well, that I will be engaged.
Oh, dear, that is wonderful news. And just why haven't I heard about you your lovely partner anytime before this.
Oh, you
Why
have.
is this the first I'm hearing of it?
You've heard of them.
Oh, tell me everything, dear. Tell me. No, first. Are the rings delightful? Are they amazing? Show.
She'll show the ring.
Is it delightful? Is it amazing?
Yeah, I would say so. I don't imagine.
Did Jordan cheap
being
out?
Cheap. Yeah, I don't imagine Jordan being cheap.
Jordan also is from a rich family. She would not cheap out. It just looks like a simple ring, but to someone with an eye, they would know that it is very high quality, even if it looks simple in design.
Is it more of just a wedding band than anything else? Like, there's no gems or anything?
Hey! Sure, there's whatever gem Lorien wants. But it's on a platinum band.
Is it like Megan Fox's, where it pricks into your finger?
No, actually, when Lorien wears it, I get hurt. That's how that works.
Totally unrelated note, because I was looking for stuff related to this, but apparently Jason Momoa split from his wife, and he is living in a $750,000 camper in his friend's front yard. That is incredible.
Me?
How do you spend that much fucking money on a camper? What the fuck?
I don't know, but the TMZ photo they took of him is not very flattering either. He looks like he has hit rock bottom for spending $750,000 on a camper that's in your
That's how you can tell he's hit rock bottom, because he spent almost $1 million on a camper.
Like, look at this totally unflattering picture of him.
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
Oh,
And he
good
was
idea.
Aquaman, right?
Yeah, that's
Was-
Ah,
Aquaman.
shit.
To be fair, his shirt only looks like that because someone shot him 38 times and he just kind of walked away from it.
Yeah, he's just living it up in a trashed up van. It's cool. Anyways, Lorien is going to very slowly just be like, oh yes, you've met them before. It's one of my companions that I've been sent on a mission with, Jordan Picard.
Yeah, your mother is, like, just ecstatically muttering and, like, nodding along, and she's holding your hand and admiring the ring, like, turning it, and, the craftsmanship is quite delightful. But this is hardly an engagement ring. This is more of a wedding band. How? Rabble, rabble, rabble. And then she immediately, like, a few seconds after, rather, she continues for a few seconds after you drop that bombshell, and then she completely pauses. And then slowly cants her head up to meet your gaze. And that's where we'll go on a break. When we come back, roll initiative!
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Dodge shoe. Alright, well, I guess we are on break time, y'all, so we will be back shortly to find out what trouble I have put myself in, and what trouble
Only
the
the
rest of
best.
us will get in when we get back. Because even Envy doesn't know that they're engaged, so, you know, that's cool. Stay tuned. Alrighty, away screen's up.
Isn't it great when Guzrock's opening night turns into like the War of the Roses? It's gonna be cool.
Hell yeah. Gotta instill
Yes.
drama where we can.
There's just town criers like, hear ye, local chef destroys customers for starting rabble. at
For
the
starting
restaurant."
rabble.
And surprisingly, Envy isn't the one that causes it.
Quoted as saying, "I only had 2 rules: no fighting and no pants, and you broke both of them."
Mhm.
No fighting in pants.
I also put on the holy symbol for the only true god, Chef Ramsay.
It's just the Hell's Kitchen logo that
It's
says
The
you
art-
idiot.
the cross
The art-
knives.
The art for House Riker is really nice. I like it.
Thank you. It's all from the same artist, thankfully, so it's fairly consistent.
That always makes it easy.
Yeah, I spent several episodes going, who the fuck are my retainers and how am I going to fill out any information? And then I was just like, I'll just do it today and be done with it. I'm glad I did.
It's alright, thanks to Shane. And the next character I make in this game, if something happens to Alduric, is going to be named like La Habrea Mikode.
No, the bread.
Or La Brea Small Assian. Like, so I was like, because I was talking to my friend about the change. I was like, isn't that great? Now you can be like a halfling Azamar, a half-ass, if you will.
Let it be known, it may seem like a good idea at the time, but hammering 12 beers in the course of like an hour and a half is probably not advised. Just to get
12?
through a damn family gathering.
Jeez.
I was like, I grabbed my Four Loko pregame, and I was like, I'm gonna drink this throughout the session.
Part of me is like, well, if we're all drinking, I should drink too. But then it's like, no, I have to be up for work in 6 hours. I technically can't legally filter all of it in time, according to work.
I have work at 11 a.m. So,
I have to be driving to work at 3.
like 12, 13.
I need to find a family full of pretty blondes.
And I'll...
Go on Facebook and steal someone's family photo.
I just use Pinterest. What if none of her family were actually blonde and she's the outlier?
Oh, I was gonna say, you guys should send me art of your characters that you know the artist for. Like, as in, like, I can credit them, because I want to do one of those, like, things I did for that one character that I sent in character stuff for this party.
I will send you the one that I just used for all of House Riker because I have that on hand.
Wait.
You mean specifically of this game?
Hmm?
You mean specifically of this game?
Yeah, like
Push-
this party.
Oh dang, there goes my dreams of sending Tellius Thog art.
I mean, you still
I'm gonna
can.
do it
I can do their last words. It was just something that I thought was... Well, so I did end these once, and I was going to post it. I was going to do a video of, like, all of my characters. But then the one with Puck was just too heartbreaking that I was like, this needs to be its own video. So I deleted the one with Envy. And the first one for Well, so technically the first one for Envy, I didn't, like, it didn't record it, and that one was, like, low-key kind of sad, but then the second one was the one that, like, actually got recorded was hilarious. So the first one, though, was I haven't cried this much in a long time. So, like, that would be Envy's last words. But then the other one was, you're just a, it was literally, what was it? You're nothing but a stupid motherfucker. was the second one.
I should be using this time to think about characters. But
Gotta be ready, mate, for when people throw curveballs at you, like a fully fleshed out family tree.
Mm-hmm.
Just name them all after all the mispronunciations of Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh no.
You have Bumblebee, Cumberbund,
Benedict Horsenatch? Oh
Benadryl, Cucumber. Smaug.
no. Smaug.
It's the pet dog.
How blonde are we looking, Dido?
As blonde as Jordan.
It's pretty blonde.
Yep.
Just look up Targaryens.
Mhm.
Wait, no, their hair's white. Look up Lannisters. There you go.
Fantasy. Blonde. Women. I actually don't know. They're here. What their gender ratio is. These aren't fantasy, these are real people. And Trish Marigold, for some reason, who is not.
She has 2 sisters. 2 younger sisters.
Ooh,
She did have a brother, but he died.
Rest in peace.
Gaius.
Whenever I look up red and black circus makeup, the only thing that really pops up is either card base, the like stereotypical like here ones, or Pennywise.
It's gonna be a big pass on the Pennywise.
Oh, and then candy cane apparently. Someone made a candy cane person.
Something I didn't ever think I would have to do in the middle of winter is turn on my little AC fan.
Fan's currently on high right now.
It's alright, I have the window fan on.
It's alright. It's summer for Shane.
That's true.
It's 32 degrees for me, so you know, that's how hot this room gets.
It's 21 outside. We're
I
to
can't-
keep it around 70. The dog is
Mhm.
snoring.
It's 23 degrees right now here.
Oh, poor boy. He had his some teeth pulled.
A doggy? Can
Aw.
you send me a picture?
Which one? Which one had their teeth pulled?
The boxer.
No.
Why?
Because it was infected.
Oh, little baby. My mom's getting a new dog.
What kind of dog?
You know what's funny,
A
Ren?
collie.
What's that?
Those two look very similar.
Yeah.
And my sisters are twins.
Nice. There you go. There he is, little potato.
Potato. Potato.
He's not a little potato. He's a big
Aw.
potato.
But he's still a
He's all-
potato.
But he's still a
He-
potato.
He's just curled up.
Yep. He's. I gave him his medicine not too long ago, so
Aw.
it makes him
Look at his
sleepy.
snoot. Look at his snoot just pushing into the bed.
Yep.
That is the cutest thing. You need to give him lots of pets for me.
I will. He's such a good boy.
He stinks real bad.
He doesn't stink. He just has really bad breath. Bonnie stinks.
Both stink.
Oh.
Our cat has like my roommate's cat. She's recently like her hair. So she's a kitten. So she grew really quickly. We got her in. Well, my roommate got her in August, and now she's like almost full grown. But her hair is like growing like crazy. Specifically on her tail. Like her body is like just like average cat hair length, but her tail is like poofy, like really poofy. And she's recently been getting her doo-doo stuck in her fur
Oh,
and
no.
smelling really bad. My roommate's gonna go get her groomed to have like that area shaved.
Yeah, you gotta do that. Dino,
I
how
call her
many
Stinky
handouts
Butt,
would you
though.
like for your family? Dino! Are they not there? Can they not hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, how many handouts would you like for your family?
4.
4. Can do.
Only because 4 of them are living.
Also, I can't raise your dead brother.
I mean, if you want. I mean, he was only 5 when he died, so.
Oh my god, he'll be the most terrifying zombie.
And that happened like 10 years ago.
Oh no, it's an atropal now.
I've raised your little brother as what? A Death Knight. Not like a shitty World of Warcraft Death Knight. I mean a D&D Death Knight.
Oh
Wanna say
man, I
an
have to come up with names.
one?
Alright, before we get back, I'm gonna go grab something to drink. Want a refill? Back to sleep.
I know this is like a character from something, but this person 100% gives me looks wise like envy vibes. Not like dress wise, but like with the long hair.
Ooh.
Envy!
My Dragonborn's just a rock.
Ooh, same with this one.
It's a very pretty rock, but you know.
I ordered my Jinx wig.
Cool. Which Jinx is that?
Arcane / League of Legends.
Even cooler.
I'm doing Arcane version.
Sweet. Jinx is well good.
I like her. See, the only time I played League of Legends was with some people from high school, and most of them were men who, like, weren't, they were high school boys, and they sexualized literally everything, and they assigned me Jinx, and I was like, no thanks, because I don't want to be sexualized. I am a demisexual girl. And then, so I, like, yeeted away from it real quick. But I really did like Jinx a lot. But I was like, not the way you guys describe her.
See, it's why you hang out with us, where, well, there's a whole channel for that, but you don't deal with that while playing the game.
Yeah. No, literally, like we would play it, and then they'd be like, oh, and I'm just like, shut up. Or I'd be like, wah! Like, I'd make a noise, and they'd be like, that was hot. And I'm just like, shut the fuck up, asshole.
Kids today.
I know. Actually, that was like,
I say, given I'm almost
7 years
40, and
ago.
when I play Tarek, I do lewd grunts if I'm playing with friends.
see, but this one
Oh
is
yeah,
like,
all the innuendos for Tarek.
intentional. Like, that's a little, like, it's like if you're being intentional, but like, I'll be like, wah! Like, oh no!
Yeah,
Get
like,
away from me!
they're like, hey, that's good. It's like, no, it's not. Stop that. But like, if you know it's happening, it's funny when, you know, I'll play and someone's like, I'll play like Graves, and I'm like, oh, don't worry, Graves. I'll make sure your ass is safe.
Like, something like that. But this wasn't even, it was non-consensual.
I want consensual harassment or none at all. Damn it!
Literally. But no, and then Arcane came out, and I'm like, literally, her personality is like basically all of my characters that I've ever created, and I'm just like, it's okay.
Her personality is a little bit more tragic than yours, I think, or your characters.
Yeah, it depends on the character, but yes, it's very much so the sense like. It's like the childish, like, not really grown up past a certain age mentally type thing.
Hers is a little more kind of bordering that, like, unhinged part just because of the trauma.
Yeah, totally.
As far as Arcane characters go, though, Vi was always my favorite just because I love the concept of sibling love being that strong.
Yes, I agree. Oh my god, I saw some art that someone posted on TikTok, and it was, they had, they were doing a Curse of Strahd game, and their character was, like, in love with Strahd, and they ended up having to kill him, and it was very sad.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're out here, Shane, so I'm assuming yes.
Got the
Yeah,
chills.
something like that.
I heard level.
That's after the ballroom bash at the opening night.
Mhm.
We're gonna kill so many family members. We're gonna get tons of XP.
Look, I'm a fighter. I just want one more feat.
It's like, just let me hit 6.
What, you mean,
I can raise more abilities up. I can
That's
give
what I
feet.
want to do.
Just start naming villagers. It's fine.
Just go Sweeney Todd on everybody.
Well, he
Just
wants
murder a
he
bunch of
just
people.
wants one more foot, so just take him from some villagers.
Needs one more level and 2 more hands. They didn't say where they were going to get the hands from.
Yeah.
She was real nice. Asked me not to kill her when I did. Here are her hands. Please don't do bad things anymore. I'm getting mixed signals from you here, big guy.
It'd be like Thirstwell's brother, where it's just like the flower girl laughed at me. She's not laughing now. 'Cause I killed her.
Like, oh. Because she laughed at you? Why?
He has a face only a mother could love.
Well, looks
And
like
died
you're
over
not
there.
laughing.
That's not true. He has the personality only a mother could love. The personality of a
Oh
murderer.
shoot!
Only a mother who punches you with eldritch fists could love. I just like the like. All right, so Rid described. I was like, I just think she's like a Coltirian like lady, just walking up to punch you in the face.
Yeah.
Like, I am ready for this. Let's go. I may have a low con, but I'm willing to test it later.
Shane, I see you wringing your hands menacingly. Does that mean you're ready?
Kind of. I just spent most of that break replying to messages, so I didn't really do much in the family thing, but let's improvise.
Sorry.
Coming back as Rin chokes on something.
Yeah. Dorito chick down the wrong pipe.
No, you know it was Jordan's dick.
Oh,
Wow.
totally.
Damn, I lost a $10 bet. I could have sworn Lorian would be.
You would think, but apparently not.
Yeah, pay up.
That's why Jordan's the meek, quiet one, because she's the absolute top in bed, like Calendria and Nimue.
Yeah.
Nimue wouldn't shut the fuck up, and that's why Calendria had the whip.
Turns out Lorian's a power bottom.
The way her god did. The oath of the brat, or the oath of the brat bot.
To both Jordan and Lorian, are your respective houses just simply called the Riker House, or like
House
the Picard?
Riker.
House Riker and House Picard?
Yeah.
I feel like they're just like right across the street from each other.
You know what? Have you ever seen that episode of Charmed where Paige falls in love with the guy and it turns out that the neighbors are just fighting each other back and forth, throwing magic spells out their windows?
No.
No,
Yes, I remember that. I used to watch Charmed a lot, so I remember that.
There's so many window repairs on the houses across the street.
It's like, what if the Hatfields and the McCoys fought with, fireballs instead of guns?
Perfect.
Alrighty. Gwenlia. I should do this. It probably doesn't make much of a difference, but yeah. Gwenlia kind of squeezes your hand a little bit as she gazes up into your eyes. Say that name again.
Jordan Picard.
She kind of like pulls her hand away and stands up, standing over you. And her very welcoming and loving demeanor immediately just crumbles, and she, like, her lips just turn into a scowl. You've been off gallivanting with that little Picard girl.
Yeah, we were unfortunately assigned to work together, and, well, you kind of left us unsupervised long enough.
Unsupervised? You should know damn well that you shouldn't be frolicking with the Picards. Does our history mean nothing to you?
Oh, no, it means plenty, but that's why this should be something different. She's not like the other Picards.
Nonsense. They're all the same. They're all sniveling little shits. No offense there, daughter.
I mean,
That's a
she
damn
can
mom.
be.
She's like, no, Finch.
I should ask, what sparked the rivalry between House Riker and House Picard?
It's. I don't know.
Has it been going on so long that you don't remember?
Yes.
I think they don't know
Yes.
anymore, and it's very much just their family.
The principle
worships yeah,
at this
their
point.
family is the sun god. Our family is the moon god. So it's just like,
We can fly. Their wings are shriveled.
Oh no, it's the Leona Diana dynamic.
uh-huh.
Yeah, she grumbles and like balls her fists in anger and nonsense. I'll not support this union.
Just come to dinner. See for yourself.
Never. When your mother gets home, you'd better expect a stern talking to, young lady. And then she storms off upstairs and slams the door behind her.
Just gonna look back to Sarah Mir and say, well, that actually went better than I expected.
She kind of, just watched the entire ordeal silently from the corner of the room, and she simply nods. Yeah, that's a good start, I suppose. And, congratulations, my lady.
Thank you. I know it is a fact that it's a Picard and does make it very shocking, but I've kind of learned that it's easier just to rip the bandage off. So, I'm going to leave this here, and Lorian's going to take out the invitation to Guzrock's opening night. I don't expect them to show, but they at least know that the invitation is there.
I'll make sure they see it, dear. Oh, and as your mother mentioned, we've heard from Guier.
Oh, yes.
She runs off to like a little side table that has, it's like a letter drafting station, and up on top there's a range of like letters that you're holding on to for one reason or another. And she takes one and hands it to you, and from it, it's just a plain, like relatively unmarked envelope with nothing but a seal and a vague address that would just point it to, like, the post office, more or less. It's common practice for spies to be not unnecessarily, but, it's common practice for
To be extra.
spies to be, precise and finicky. But turning it over, you'd know what's from her.
Well, I guess I have to go to the post office.
They've already done that for you. That's what
Oh.
I meant. But
Sorry, I thought it was directing me to the post office. Gotcha.
yeah, between your family and Guier, you have a system worked out that, I don't know, a package arrives at their door, it's just like cookies or something, and they know that they have to go and dig through undelivered mail.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's
It's,
see what all
just
the
one of their
fuss is.
weird systems.
I'll open it up.
Yeah. Opening it, it reads. God damn it! Why the fuck didn't I think of this earlier? It reads. The ravens migrate north for the winter. Yada yada yada. It's all code and mostly gibberish, but spending a bit of time, it's kind of written in your family.
The crows shake
Yeah.
under the moon at midnight.
Yeah, something like that. But once you translate it, it translates to sovereign forces spotted traveling north in large number.
Sovereign forces.
Yeah. The sovereignty of Sladonius is the faction that controls the southern portion of the realm. So, yeah, them crossing the border is certainly something that a spy would look out for.
You said north of the border?
They control the south, but their forces have been seen moving north. Specifically, the letter would go into detail about sizes. It's a small force, or small, relatively secretive squadrons, and there happen to be some VIPs amongst them, but she doesn't know who.
Okay. That's important information. I'll tuck that letter away.
It's probably not something that your family deals with directly, but it's still useful information that a spy would think to write down.
Saramir, handle a bit of damage control while I'm out. I'm definitely not sticking around for Mother to get back. But make sure they get the letter at the very least. The invitation.
Of course. I might spike the punch or something to keep them a little bit more jovial.
There you go. That's a good idea. She'll offer her just a hug and be like, well, I'm going to grab a few changes of clothes because I've been wearing this same pair since the last time I set out. And so she'll quickly run to her room, grab some clothes to put underneath the armor, throw it into a pack, and then very quickly head out.
Yeah. Saramir sees you off. She gives you a wave, a bow, and if you permit it, if you're that kind of lord, a hug. Or rather, lady.
I did offer her a hug.
Yeah. But yeah, it seems they were the only two around. You're not overly sure where your other retainers are, but presumably they're off doing their own things. Guia is somewhere in the south, and Lorese is probably maintains an office down in the business district where she handles family affairs. I don't know. I'll let you decide that one.
More or less the effects of it,
Yeah. Roll me a D100, 90 plus, and you don't get out in time before your mother gets home.
yeah.
Ooh,
Woo!
Close.
barely by the skin of your teeth.
Yeah.
It's just that
Kind
scene,
of.
you open the door, you walk down one way, and your mother comes the other way and
Yeah.
walks in.
Yeah,
you just-
pretty much.
You do that like sitcom turn, like nope.
Yeah, you're probably not even down the road when you hear some muffled shouting. She what? Oh, wouldn't want to be in there. But yeah, Saramir assures you that they'll get the invitation. Anything else for the day?
Nope. Probably just head back to whatever in-room I had printed out. Living full well in the city that my family has a house in. I have good reason.
Yeah. They can't yell at you if you're not home.
That's true.
Yeah. You do anything exciting or just go there and like have a nap and prepare for the day?
Have an app and prepare. Because I'm assuming this night is going to be exciting.
Yeah. Sure, there won't be a bunch of people dying and getting shanked by steak knives.
No.
No, not at all.
All
Jordan
right.
hasn't told her family yet. The only one that'll die tonight is probably Jordan if her family shows up.
Mhm.
Oh, if
Yeah, you might have to even the odds. there.
Lorian's family shows up.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
You can't marry her if she's dead.
I mean,
I'll see about that. Gross.
There's this thing called resurrection.
Yeah. Alrighty. Is there anything else anyone wanted to do before we move over to the grand opening?
Get on with it.
Nope. Been trying to get to it for several episodes, so.
Oh yeah, we're working there slowly.
Maybe we can
So
actually
next
get
week-
back to the adventure.
All right, guys, we have to go next week. It's like,
All
no,
right.
let me have this.
Yeah, we cut to it. We'll go around the room, and I suppose Lorian and Jordan.
Mhm.
What do you guys wear, or what are your preparations? Do you pick her up on a horse again, or?
well, Jordan said that she was gonna help Guzrock get ready, so she wouldn't be as fancily dressed. But it would be, nice enough for
Probably
a night out.
There's probably a place where you can keep your fancy clothes to change into.
Like it's one of those outfits that it's nice enough to go out, but that she won't get super upset if it happens to get messy.
Mm.
Fair.
Like a New Year's Eve
Gold
outfit.
Coast Eve.
Yeah. When she gets to Guzrock's restaurant, she's just gonna kind of walk in to the kitchen while he's cooking, like she owns the place, and starts casting guidance and just helping him as much as she can.
Yes.
She's not really like doing any cooking. She's just like,
Magical support.
here, have a just a little happy juice.
Happy juice.
Are you sure that's enough salt? Guidance.
More salt. It is just short of lethal amounts. Don't have seconds.
Yes, 90% of a lethal dose.
Yes.
It's 50 times your daily allotment of salt.
Or one game of League of Legends.
Just because that one game of Arthena, 10 minutes of
Yeah.
ranked league.
She even like comes in and finds a rag and wraps her hair up so that it's pinned back so it doesn't get in any of the food.
What?
Yeah, I like it.
Celestial hair in the food? Unthinkable.
Alrighty, Allison is around. She's probably frantically going about. I should probably check my Discord messages because you guys have been sending me stuff all night.
Here, oh.
Okay, I just said oh shit, never mind.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Just because you said that, I have something for you. There.
Are they all your hirelings?
Yes.
Alrighty, I like it. Are you having Allison be the maitre d'? Or...
Absolutely.
And then all these guys are respective bar staff and waiters, I'd imagine?
Indeed.
And performance.
Done
I know
deal.
you were talking about the people that were sent.
Alrighty. Were you gonna try and distill some gravy out of the small wardrobe?
All of this.
Yes.
Everything.
Everything comes with gravy.
Do.
Finally, the restaurant to go to.
Do all my exotic ingredients, my spice pouch, my magical chopping sword, and everything that I've acquired give me advantage on these rolls.
I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean, I am also
You've got an
hoping.
awful lot of things. Plus, yeah, you've got guidance and all that jazz.
Alright. 26.
Why did I write this down in such a fucking messy way?
While you're looking at that, I want to say like the restaurant is like it's designed out and there's like tables set aside. In the center there is like a big large round table that has partly white tablecloth, partly black tablecloth to symbolize a half moon, and then chairs all around it in a circle. There's also one spot set aside in a little raised alcove for the Wizard of Honor, Radimus Eagle. And like any place that has reservations has like names on them as well. Same as before. There's like candle lighting with skulls. A lot of them upside down, just holding the candle wax. And a little spot set aside for performances, for where Aldrua can hang out, or Envy if they want, and there is a little signpost that says no fighting, and to honor the chef, take off your pants.
Yeah, I like it.
There's a little pants closet right next to the coat closet.
What a
Love it.
weird request.
You mentioned him. I suppose I'll ask again. Lorian, do you actually settle down for some sleep or a nap, or do you just get ready?
Yes, I do.
Fantastic. You dream during the nap. You probably don't get enough sleep to actually fall into deep REM sleep, but you do find yourself drifting away, and as you appear into the dream world, you seem to be poised at the location where you hammered the second peg up towards the mountain of Korhalder. And you turn around, and with your mouth, you hear someone else's voice. Yes, this is the place. We shall camp here and make the climb on the morrow. Does that please you, my lord?
Oh, that's sneaky.
And then
fuck.
your vision turns to someone you've only heard about, you haven't seen in the flesh, but you know them to be an imposing fellow. The Lord. That I have to go to my file to fucking work out their dumbass name because I made it bullshit long. You know it to be Julius Veldeban Ignatius II.
It is ridiculously
Wonderful.
long. You are not wrong.
He replies, yes, impressive work. Have the men assemble at camp. I'll be meditating. Of course, my lord. Now, I have a dinner to get to. I'll be back on the morrow to proceed with the climb. A dinner? Out here? Yes, my lord. It's just a matter of convenience that we happen to be up here, up so far. And then you start awake and realize that it's some half an hour later.
Ah, that sneaky wizard fuck.
Yes, you're getting the visions because you were the one that did all the pegging.
It's true.
And she did make him come.
Precisely.
Oh, that was funny.
God dang it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Envy was around at that. Oh, rather, Kay was around at that point in time. But, yeah,
Things in the
yeah. The second one they rolled to just make everyone have a very nice time.
Yeah, no, I was not there for that. I think I was there. I think I came along for the last one. We were
Yeah.
climbing a mountain.
The wonderful
Yeah.
wild magic surges.
But anyway, sorry for the interruption. Back to Guzrock. It's painful and slow going to get this bile to cooperate, and even just being around it, it smells toxic for the first process of simmering it. But finally, you think you're getting somewhere as it simmers down. You're like ladle off a lot of the toxic residue, and you're left with a sauce or something that resembles a sauce, and it actually starts to smell kind of good and mushroomy. And along with your roll, everything else looks pretty dang good. You taste bits of mushroom and they don't taste toxic, so, well, rather you don't die. And yeah, everything else looks pretty great. The pastry has risen beautifully.
It looks phenomenal.
Thank you.
And sorry.
This will be a crowning achievement, I think.
I wish you all the best.
Could not have done it without you. Thank you.
I mean, you definitely could have. I have complete faith in you. But thank you.
Yes. It's around that time when Allison pokes her head into the kitchen and softly just mentions, some of the guests have started arriving. We've got... God damn it, I should have written down a fucking guest list.
Will Ellen be there?
No, she is just a baker. She probably can't afford a opening night of...
Oh no,
exotic
Captain
ingredients.
Kuru.
Yeah, she certainly won't be there. She's still in jail.
Mhm.
But yeah, poking your head out, you do see that a couple of people have filed in. Probably Lorien at some point. The wizard known as Radamus Ingle has arrived, and he's sitting there muttering to himself, wearing his dumbass brimless wizard hat. And I believe Envy invited Angron from
Oh, I did.
Angron's
use my
armaments. Was
date
he
invite.
actually on the guest list there, Guzrock?
Anyone can leave a request to make a reservation. So anyone you feel like you want to be there can be there.
Well,
Yes,
yeah.
I asked him on a date.
He's there. He's wearing a full set of plate mail, and he has his axe strapped to his back, but he does have a bow tie on.
Makes sense.
Nice.
He is currently in the process of sharpening your steak knife.
I feel like just because it would be funny. Who was the guy who he's always staring at across the shop?
Gilliman.
Gilman. I feel like he should probably be there too because he's hoping just to get away from it for one night. And they're like
Cutie.
across the restaurant from each other.
Yeah, you poke your head out, and Angron is just staring down fucking Gilliman and sharpening this knife on a whetstone that he happened to bring. Gilliman does not look impressed.
When Jordan sees Lorien, she would take off the rag that she'd put around her hair and fluff it out a little bit and go up and immediately give Lorien a kiss in greeting.
Well, I had an interesting bit of the day. How are you doing?
Working in a kitchen is a lot of work, even when you're not really cooking.
I have
Here,
heard
come.
that.
Let's sit down and we can talk about it.
I'll follow.
You narrowly avoid a steak knife that embeds itself in the wall conveniently towards Gilliman. And then, yeah, Angron is looking nonchalant and just looking off into nowhere.
Hey, the sign says no fighting.
I didn't hit him, did I?
The intention was there.
Who?
I
Wait,
don't
who
know
threw
what you
it?
mean.
Who threw it?
Your date,
Haha.
Angron.
The whole entire time, though, I feel like Envy was probably like next to him and kind of just like, yes, this is my date for the night, totally playing the role and like holding
Just
onto
hanging
his
off
arm.
him.
Yes,
Yeah.
but then also totally like saw that he was like glaring at the dude, and I was like, was totally like, you know, what would be cool if you like threw the knife, but like didn't hit him because it wouldn't break that rule. Like Envy totally told him to do it.
Checks out.
I like it.
What if we carved a knife out of like an apple-shaped knife, or a knife-shaped apple? That way, it's not deadly. It's just throwing an apple slice shaped like a knife.
But what if the apple was deadly?
No, he's an apple.
Anyway, silliness aside. Yeah, you guys all get seated. A few more people file in, and just before entrees start coming out, over the crowd of light, casual conversation, you hear the door open and the bell rings, and in steps Gwenlia and Tatrasiel. What the fuck, man?
Jesus Christ, they actually showed up. You're welcome. Enjoy.
Yeah, they're very well made up. They
It's Tatraziel. It's an angelic name.
Trezriel.
Tatraziel.
Yeah, Trezriel.
Tatraziel.
So yeah, Mother Tatty walks in.
Daddy, oh my god.
But yeah, they're very well made up. Gwenlia
Would be
is
like-
wearing a. Oops, sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say Envy would totally be like, "Wow, they're fancy," or something like that. Just pointing out the obvious.
I think at this point, like, Jordan is sitting there with Lorian, her hand on Lorian's, just talking about her day when they walk in. Like, she's not really paying attention because Lorian is trying to tell her something important.
Yep. I was gonna start with the Rodimus stuff, but hey, my family just showed up. So I went to stop by my house and let them know of the news. So just a heads up, and then she just kind of immediately sees them. My parents know.
Jordan instantly goes pale. And hold on, I gotta see something real quick. Oh, where are you? Oh, because you're not a second level spell. Oh no, that might take that. Okay, I was gonna get cast Shield of Faith on herself. I think she's gonna do that. She's gonna cast Shield of Faith on herself when she says that they just arrived.
Yeah, as I was saying, Gwenly is wearing a very elegant, like, full-length dress and has all
Not dressed to
kinds of
meet your
jewelry and
parents.
stuff like that. And her hair's, like, tied up with, like, I don't know. There's probably a clip going through there somewhere that can double as a shanking device. Well, Mother Tatty is probably wearing more of, like, an elegant pantsuit kind of thing. I'd imagine, considering the picture you used has her in full armor, she probably has, like, a very formal military kind of outfit. They both look good, all the same. Gwenlia is led straight to the table, while your father, Mother, comes over to you, and just watching, you notice she might be a bit buzzed because she stumbles a little bit as she walks toward you, and that's naturally just not a... she's a very well-composed woman. But she steps up to you.
Jordan would immediately stand up,
Mother, hello.
more out of respect than anything else.
She steps behind Lorien and leans down and wraps her arms around her. And kind of caresses her softly and... my loving daughter. And
That's me.
acquaintance. Oh, we've so much to discuss.
Yeah. Please, have my seat.
Oh, that won't be necessary. I've got a date to attend to, but we will be talking later, young lady.
Can I sniff her? Does she smell buzzed?
I'm sure she's.
Yeah, she kind of has the odor of a nice whiskey or a nice bourbon to her.
Step 1 of meeting date's fiance's parents. Sniff them.
Get incredibly trashed.
I'm
Yeah,
not the
you
one that's
impressed
trashed. Your parent is.
I know. That's what I mean. It's like meeting the significant other. Get wasted.
Yeah, Saramir did make good on her promise, and she, added a bunch of probably vodka or something like that to the family fruit juice.
A bunch.
And then Mother Tatty just happened to drink some of that and a fair bit of bourbon as well when she heard some rather devastating news.
Oh no, she mixed.
And you said that she walked away?
Yeah, she leaves you and goes back to her date.
Number one, your mom doesn't usually... That's not her in public.
No, she usually drinks to relieve stress.
Yes, but... I don't know, I would rather have her brutal honesty than whatever alcohol brings out in a person.
Well, as long as she's not carrying a sword with her, we should be fine.
Her military attire has a sword at her hip.
Oh, well.
There is also a weapons closet next to the pants closet, which is next to the coat closet.
Yeah, Is the pants rule an actual rule, or is that just something funny you have up as like a, kiss the chef or kind of those kind of things?
It's an optional rule, but anyone who does...
It's a free appetizer.
Yes, they do get a free appetizer.
Yeah, as Mother Tatrasiel wanders back to the table, she passes the sign and just kind of shrugs and then, de-trowels.
Awesome.
Then sits down with her partner, and they're both she's pretty trashed, and her partner's rather, half-cut. They were glaring at Lorien and Jordan for a while, but they very quickly get very flirty and very touchy.
Yeah, so free appetizer for that table.
See,
I am not
Nice.
dressed. I am not dressed to meet your parents.
That's okay. It doesn't seem like they're interested in having dinner with us, so...
Anyway.
So they didn't kill me on sight, so I'm guessing it didn't go too bad.
Nope. It went fairly well, and then I left before they could decide to do anything worse.
You're alive. That means they like you.
Smart move. Yeah, considering my father kills their kind, I don't think they like me that much.
Speaking of, I have to look at all your fun family. Speaking of, did you invite them?
No, she hasn't talked to her family in a while. She doesn't.
It's fine, because Rock would have probably be like, oh, I probably want to invite their families too. I'll do it for them.
Oh no. Did you?
No.
It would not
Yes,
be hard for him
Westbrook.
to find House Picard. They're also a wealthy family in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of,
And absolutely, he wants everybody to come to his restaurant. So yes.
yeah, this news of this new exotic restaurant has kind of been stirring in the House of Lords and, popular circles. So it's on that note that suddenly the door opens again just as appetizers are coming out. The first one going to the table of House Riker. House Riker Senior, rather. And through the door comes a tall man in rather fine garments, with a scowl on his face. He steps in and looks around, and Jordan, you see your father, quickly
Oh,
followed by
shit.
your mother.
Oh shit! Your picture is animated.
It
Yeah,
is.
Ah, that's so cool.
Oh shit.
I was expecting what do you call it?
Okay. Mother probably
Jordan's
won't.
picture to be animated. So when I clicked it, I wasn't expecting the photo being up to be animated, and it scared me when he blinked.
Alright. Mother probably won't be a problem. Hmm.
Probably not until they notice each other.
I'm gonna go try and intercept my parents. Did my sisters show up, or is it just my parents?
Yeah, the sisters are in tow as well.
They'll be
They're
fine,
all
they're fine.
looking very extravagant and very, very nice.
I
From
have
the peanut
convers-
gallery. Whoa, more fancy people.
Yeah. Your mother is the first to notice you, and she looks like a very nice and caring woman. So she probably steps up and gives you a hug immediately. And Jordan, dear, it's been too long. What a strange coincidence that we'd meet at a little quaint restaurant. How nice.
Considering I spent the last 10 years avoiding you. Yeah. Well, my friend owns the place. I actually helped cook some of the food tonight.
That
This is
a
my fiance,
fascinating vocation, I suppose.
and I have a tight grip. A very tight grip on Lorian's hand.
Hello. I'm.
And she's looking her dad, like, dead in the eye when she says that. Over her mother's shoulder, who's awkwardly hugging her.
Yeah. Jordan's mother, Mezia, or fucking goddamn it.
Messia?
She at first is ecstatic and like gasps, and then realizes who it is, and kind of her smile wanes, and she turns to her husband, who is standing there, rather glaring, just at Lorian.
And you will be polite in my friend's establishment.
He, kind of like balls his fists, and then Allison is there to tap the sign. So he unfurls his fists again and
But Envy is
sighs.
in the background, like, don't listen to it.
Of course. Actually, that is a better question. You've been avoiding your family for some 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Is it on...
Well, my parents. My father
No.
specifically, but...
Yeah, you've been avoiding your parents for some time. Is that kind of a two-way thing? Like, did they banish you, or did they...
No, it
did
was
you
my
do something
choice.
to upset them, or vice
Nope,
versa?
nope, it was my choice. I have not been in contact with them for my own reasons.
Okay.
Because my father, being the slayer of the fallen, I am not, obviously. And we don't agree, so we don't see eye to eye, so we tend to argue a lot.
Ah, my loving daughter, in the clutching hand of a fallen one.
Yes,
This
I
should
am.
come as a surprise, but you've always been weak when it comes to what must be done.
I'll have you know she's incredibly strong and a very gifted healer and warrior.
I'll not hear the words of your kind.
Don't you lie to me.
I am more than capable of doing what must be done. You can ask one of my friends. I almost melted her face. Their face.
I'm very
just
good at
need
my
to-
job. Take, for instance, this
Amazing.
demon I've befriended and this child of chaos.
Yeah, that's probably not your strongest argument there, Jordan.
He doesn't need to know what I do. That's why I stay away.
Pitiful.
Hmm.
Just bear in mind, don't hold out your hopes too closely. It might be a very upsetting reception should there only be one of you present.
Is that a threat?
You can interpret it however you like. Come, Messiah. We've a date. I'll not be in the presence of my disappointing daughter any longer. And he, follows Allison to their table.
Wow.
Your mother gives you a quick hug, but she's very quick to fall in line behind her husband. Your sisters seem cool though. They
Yeah, they're fine. They're
they hug
young,
you and
energetic.
they tell me, how did it happen? Show me the ring, rabble.
Well, I mean, it's not, you know me. I'm not as extravagant as at least father would hope.
It's just platinum.
It's, yeah. And I show them my ring and not Lorian's, and my ring is no gems, no jewels. It is just a platinum band.
I will say she caught me completely by surprise. So if nothing, she's romantic.
Oh, you were the one who proposed. Oh, that's so romantic.
I did. I thought it was time. It's been a while.
Just how long have you been together?
What do we say? Like, we've been
A number of
working.
years.
It's been at least I know it's been 7 years since we've been working together, going on adventures together. Give or take 7 years. Not long after I left the house. How is mother? I worry about her sometimes.
Remind me, what is your family's primary job? Or what do they do? Are they like a noble house overseeing land,
Yeah,
or
they're-
are they
There
religious?
so Reldrea is religious. She's a paladin of Lathander. All of the girls take after our mother, who is rumored to be the lost daughter of Lathander. Which is why Jordan doesn't hold the same values as a typical Picard. As you can see, he's kind of dark. The other sister actually only learned her magic. But it's more in name and reputation that they're renowned and that they make their money.
Yeah, fair enough. Mother is fine. The business keeps her busy enough. And father hasn't slowed in his old age either. He's still off gallivanting, all energetic. They do well together.
Energetic. You're funny.
Maybe not the best word to use, but mother and father are well.
Just do me a favor. Lorian's parents are also present. Keep them occupied.
Oh, really? Oh, where are they?
I'll gesture to where my parents are. They're equally excitable.
Oh. They look to be having fun.
Oh yes, they're quite intoxicated at this point.
They've probably gotten to the point where, like, the appetizers come out and they're feeding one another and kind of being idiots.
It's good to see they're still in love.
I didn't expect them to look so normal. Father often describes the entirety of your family as fiendish ghouls and dark and fallen and
Do I
all
look like
kinds
I'm
of buzzwords.
fiendish and ghoulish that I would gobble you up?
Come now, we've only just met.
Just
And you're
then,
engaged to my
Rakdos
sister.
enters.
Gosh.
There is a very sly grin at Jordan.
Just then, Rakdos enters and takes off their pants.
Oh, no.
No, Allison goes to
Finally.
the
The
kitchen.
role of Rakdos shall now be played by.
They say they'll make good on their promise, and they scurry off to their table to join their family. Or
Give them
rather,
both
their family
quick
minus you.
hugs. And now I'm
Yeah.
keeping a very anxious eye on both of them because I'm waiting for spells to be slung or a fight to be initiated. The one that would probably initiate it would be her dad, because all of the females in her family couldn't hurt a fly unless they absolutely had to.
Is your father a martial kind of man, or is he a magical kind of person, or a bit of both?
He's a martial. He's a martial kind of guy.
Okay, yeah.
All of the magics comes from my mama.
Yeah. I like it.
Ladies and gentlemen, or whatever your professed identity is. Yeah, he's got two chef's hat on both his horns.
Can I be like doing the show lady, like
Yeah.
performing,
Absolutely.
kind of like. Cool.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm using prestidigitation to light him up.
Welcome
Hee
to the opening night of my restaurant. I'm calling it the Swellington, you already know that. But, in honor of all of you who have showed up, a free on the house glass of Sporelord malt. And then all the five waiters will go out and pass out a bottle to each of them. Gives a little wink to Jordan and Lorian to keep their parents a little bit inebriated, and then like nod or gives like a little tip of one of the hats to Radimus Ingle as well.
When Lorian sees Radimus, her expression is going to sour a little bit more. That's also something I needed to talk to you about.
What's that?
I had a vision of Radimus speaking with somebody.
He looks around at the crowded restaurant. Come. Let's not talk here. I'll take him back to the kitchen where it might not be as crowded. What kind of vision?
I was asleep and I saw him at the mountain where we were pegging the ley lines. He seemed to be working for someone. Did I recognize who it was?
Yes, the extremely
Yeah.
long, obnoxious name.
Oh, yeah, you did say that.
Julius Veldeban Ignatius II, I think.
Yeah. So, he was working for, and I recite that obnoxiously long name because it's obnoxiously long. He was working with them, taking them up the mountain,
To do what?
taking them up the mountain.
To do what?
I don't know. It did not seem good. However,
Do you know where on the mountain they were?
the second peg?
Yeah.
The second.
So that's on the base of the Korhauder Mountain. They haven't started their ascent yet.
The orgasm spot.
Mhm.
Yeah, the orgasm
Yeah.
spot.
The base of the mountain. They're not far up yet. There would be ample time to catch them if we meant to.
They haven't reached their peak yet.
Well, we could follow him after he leaves here.
Yes. I don't imagine he's on ours. He's not. I don't imagine he's what he claims to be.
What do I know of this long-named fellow?
Julius Veldeban Ignatius II.
Yeah. Do I need to roll something, or is he someone that I should know?
Sorry, I was just copying his name, and then I opened stuff, and it all went wrong. There you
I'm
go.
not
That's how you
gonna
spell his
I'm not
dumbass
gonna
name.
remember that.
That's why I'm posting it, so I don't have to tab back to my OneNote. I'll give you for free. He is what the fuck did I call him? Or rather, what? He rules the sovereignty of Sladonius. You know that just, you know,
Because I'm a citizen and I should know it.
yeah, it's fairly common knowledge, especially in amongst noble houses.
So is he our sovereign leader?
No, we are in the north.
Okay.
But yeah, why don't you give me a history roll?
Can I make one because I'm working in the back?
Yeah, Guzrock's in the back, just like frantically running from oven to like a stovetop and mixing stuff and all that jazz.
I take out every once in a while. I take out steel wind whenever I have to chop something up, and I'm like just teleporting.
Yeah, you
an
can make a
11.
history roll too.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice, Guzrock.
I work for that guy.
Yeah, you might have. What faction did you fight for in the war?
He would have fought for whoever his tribe used to raid the most. Kind of that like undo the damage he did kind of thing.
Yeah. Climate-wise, where do Minotaurs usually live?
Underground.
Okay, that's no help whatsoever. Yeah, I'll say you were a Sladonius soldier at one point. They have a very kind of meritocracy kind of system in the military. Conscription is also a thing as well, so rather military service is kind of like something that everyone has to do by default at one point or another in their life, but they usually pay well for the time given, and often people that don't want to be in the military forever are like gifted the weapon they practiced with, or the weapon they got to use. So it, to some degree of the imagination, sets them up for their life in whatever trade the civilians go on to then do. But it's also morally questionable. What else do you know about Julius Voldemort Ignatius II? Obviously, he is the second of his line. His father, whose name I haven't come up with yet, probably Julius Voldemort Ignatius I. He seized control some almost probably 6 or 7 decades ago. No, probably longer than that. He grew to be a very old man in his lifetime, but he seized control through power. He fought the then leader and absolutely crushed their army with troops that he was able to gather around the countryside. And there was also some political discourse and like underhanded tools that they were able to use to turn certain nobles and stuff like that to their side and really helped their cause. But Julius Voldemort Ignatius II came into power rather randomly one day when his father just simply disappeared. There was no death or anything wacky like that. It's very much a Harold Holt situation of he went swimming one day and just didn't come back.
And who is it, or was it, that Battle Mother Magdalene served under?
She largely worked for her own religious faction. And generally, should war happen, certain armies will try and garner the favor of cleric and paladin organizations that happen to be more like combat aligned, to try and get their assistance. So you know that she spent a bit of time working for the faction in the north that I still haven't fucking named, and a lot more time just going off on church business to cut down undead or to eliminate threats to the realm.
Gotcha. Okay.
You'd also know that the last punch up between the sovereignty and the empire happened probably 2 decades ago, so 20 years. It's been since then there's kind of been loose kind of peace, where borders are mostly open, but you know, troop movements and any border turmoil is going to rise up here and there.
I think it's Guzrak will kind of like relay that information just casually as he's working with the little beard net and everything. And I kind of feel like he, like, after his tribe broke away from Baphomet, like they started going around like joining with the people they formerly fucked up to try and repair damage that they did, and then move on to the next thing and the next thing. So I feel like they're fairly well traveled, and now he's just kind of old and at that retired point.
Yeah, I like it. Does the conversation go much further, or do you guys go back to the table and...
I was just filling them in on what I saw, and that it was suspicious.
Yeah. for some reason, Lorien happened to have a dream where she saw through Radamus's eyes. Anyway, you guys return to your table, and what was the appetizer again? Or rather, what were the courses that you set out there, Guzra?
There is a number of different things. There are like little like Ramirez like shrimp bits.
The
Dipping
legs, yeah.
Yeah, and there are sides like little fried sporling caps, and of course there's a special in the Sporlord malt. There are various cooked steaks available. It's a bit of a steakhouse right now, because he's a Minotaur. But there is some delicious mature vegetable steak, some more tender vegetable steak, and of course chimera steak, yak steaks, signature Swellingtons for whatever meat is acceptable for that. Of course,
All of them.
Yeah, all of them. There is a variety of sauces as well, including a spicy green sauce similar to wasabi, made from the sporling goop.
Yeah.
And the Sporlord bile, of course, is there as well, and I'm excited to see what comes of that. Of course, there is the special seasoning of Demigod. It's a bit expensive, of course. Demigod seasoning.
Do you have a set course list, or are you letting people order from a menu, or are you just sending meals out?
This would all be on a menu. I didn't write anything out for this. Oh, there's also spider kebabs. I have like a list of different things, just like not organized.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, there's also spider kebabs, and some. There are normal things too, but a lot of it's just crazy off the wall stuff, and it's that you just gotta try.
Yeah, orders come in for a bit of everything. More exotic goods than regular stuff. If you're going to an opening night, you want to,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
try the strange stuff. So yeah, you're not going to get someone ordering a fucking palmy.
And Vic gets the spiciest thing on the menu.
We are at the stop time, y'all. Before we go.
Ah, yes, we are.
There we go.
So,
Well, that was a relatively kind of productive session, I think. We actually got to the opening night
Yay!
after
Yay.
easing it for like 6 weeks.
I know, right?
Yeah, cool.
Thank you everybody for stopping by and watching. It's nice to finally see some background information for several characters. We did good. We add shit. Yeah, so enjoy. We will be back tomorrow for Starfinder, and then on to the next week of fun times and games.